Hello, my love, and welcome back to the channel. And if you are new here, I am Kay, an astrologer, numerologist, and spiritual witch here on YouTube. Listen, if you've been attracted to this video, take this as your confirmation from your own spirit guides and angels that you were meant to receive it. Check out the new book by me also, Make It Happen, How to Manifest Anything. The link is in the description box below. Let's get into it. Hi Taurus, welcome back. I hope you had a wonderful month of August. Welcome to your September horoscope and what I see for you for this month. I see a lot of activity around your romance, dating, your sex life, how you earn money, and also your aspirations that you have. These are the main themes for the month of September. So on the screen, we have got the full moon and how the universe will look for the day. This is going to happen on the 10th of September at 9:59 a.m. at 17 degrees of Pisces. But before we get there, as we start the month, this is where your romance, dating, and sex life and fun comes into play, because the sun will actually be in the sign of Virgo. So for you, the sun is blessing your 5th house. So it's a good time to get out if you're looking for love, if you're someone who's currently seeing someone at the moment, you're involved with someone, then with the sun in this part of your life, this could be a really good and positive influence on, how you're getting on with that person. Similarly, if you're someone who has creative projects on the go, or you're even thinking about starting a creative project, the beginning of September could be a great month. Also, anyone who has children or is trying to have children, this could be a great start to the month as well for this part of your life, because the sun is here and it is supporting you. Now, by the time we actually get to the full moon, which will be mid-month around the 10th, this is where your aspirations, your hopes, dreams, and any important people that you have in your life come into play. So on the screen, we've got down the bottom circled in pink, we've got the moon, 17 degrees of Pisces. Just opposite her, we've got the sun, 17 degrees of Virgo, circled in pink also. Now, where the arrow is a number 1, where the actual sun is there, this is going to swap over. For Taurus, the moon will be here. So this is why your 11th house and what it is that you aspire for, your hopes, your dreams, and important people come into play. Full moons are great times, I say personally as an astrologer, for decision making. And that is because you've got the sun and the moon, masculine and feminine, creating balance. Also in opposing signs, creating balance, and the need to make a decision. So what is it that you aspire for right now, Taurus? Because the universe is kind of supporting you with this. And important people in your life, what this part of life covers is people that we are connected with, but not in a romantic way. These are people like co-workers, associate, even people that we meet on social media that we're really connected to, but maybe we've never even met them in real life, or anybody that we have any kind of relationship with or commitment with that is non-romantic. For some reason they're important to us, but they're kind of some kind of associate or some kind of partner. These are the kind of people that are important, and that would be falling in this particular area of your life and would also be highlighted under this full moon. So it's a great time for you, Taurus, to really go out around the full moon, around mid-month, to work on what it is that you aspire and hope for, and make some key decisions around this. 2 things that are happening during this full moon that impact on all the signs, but how it will relate to Taurus is that the moon, where she is down the bottom, circled in pink, she's going to form a conjunction with the planet just to the right of her, which is Neptune, and Neptune is actually in retrograde. So when we have 2 energies conjunct, basically they are so close in distance to each other, almost like the energies of the 2 planets or the energies of the two things, because in this situation the moon isn't actually a planet, so we'll just call them energies. So in this context, these 2 energies are so close they're becoming one and they're working together. So the moon is about our emotions and how we feel, what it is that we want, and how we are basically connecting with situations, people, places, and things from a heart space level emotionally. Neptune is that planet that is a representation of hopes, dreams, reality, what it is that we want on a soul level, or what it is that we desire. But the thing about this planet is he always leaves us open to delusion and to not see things for what they really are. But as soon as he retrogrades, that's when everybody in the world will get the reality check that they need, depending on where he is retrograding. Now for you, because this is happening in the sign of Pisces, it's going to be up where you're having the full moon. So it is about your hopes, your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, where the arrow is a number 1, and all those important people in your life. So as a quick translation, it's about what are you feeling right now emotionally, and what is it that you need to be realistic about Taurus, when it comes to what it is you hope for, you dream for, you aspire for, or any situations, people, places, or things that involve important people in your life. During this retrograde, it's a good time for you to really be focusing on the reality of things rather than ignoring any red flags or ignoring anything that needs to be addressed. The second thing that's happening is that the moon, she will be forming a square, but this time it will be to the planet Mars. So on the screen where we've got a kind of like a line going from the moon circled in pink all the way up the chart to another planet that's circled in black, and that planet is red, the symbol is red, this will be the planet Mars. Mars is about our determination, our motivation, our drive, how we express ourselves sexually, and how we manage our anger as well. So Mars is currently under the sign of Gemini, and for you, he is going to flip from where he is for Taurus, and he will be where the arrow is in number 2. So what does it mean when planets form a square? This is a completely different energy to, a conjunction. It's more like a feeling of frustration or even annoyances or minor conflicts when planets square. And so this is happening in your financial house. So what it is that you own in terms of your money, your houses, your properties, your assets. And this is also the house that covers values. So people or things that you value or what you place value on in life generally. So there could be around the full moon, or there could be as we reach mid-month, some kind of annoyance for you financially, I want to say, because it's happening in your financial house. But the thing with Mars is he is about determination. And so the universe is kind of saying to Taurus, well, what are you going to do? How are you going to act? How are you going to be motivated? Because Mars is a planet of action. What are you going to, what are you going to put in place that may be emotionally, because he's reacting to the moon, annoying you right now in this part of your life, but you need to do something about? So just be mindful of that. And that's pretty much what's going on at the start of the month. As we progress through the month and we've gone through the full moon in Pisces and we start to move into when the new moon will happen, the new moon will be on the 25th of September at 9:59 p.m. This is GMT, my local time, could be the same day or the day before for you. It will also be at 2 degrees of the sign Libra. Now at this point in time, as we start to close out September, we've got the chart for new moon on the screen. The sun would have moved from the sign of Virgo and moved into the sign of Libra. So for you, this is where the sun will be blessing how you earn money. So where we've got the arrow and number 1, the sun will be here in your 6th house. Now this area of life is about your money, how you earn it, what services you provide, or what help and assistance you give to other people. It is your health and any disputes that you have with other people, and our pets also come in this house as well. So this area of life is mainly about how you're of service to others, what you do and what it is that you do to actually earn money and your ability to earn. So if you are a Taurus who is thinking of somehow creating a new stream of income for yourself, or you're worried about, what it is that you do for earning money, or you're trying to, bring in some kind of extra money with a side hustle or whatever it is, however it may, appear in your life and resonate with you, the sun is supporting you as we close out the month of September with this part of your life. And so it would be a good time to focus in on this. With the new moon itself, we can see it here on the screen circled in pink. We've got the sun and the moon side by side. This time they are conjunct, they're not opposing like a full moon, and they are both at 2 degrees of the sign of Libra. So this for you is going to be happening in that same area of life. It's going to shift from where it is in the universe up to where the arrow is in number 1, and you're going to be having a new moon in that same part of your life about how you earn money. New moons are great times to start new cycles, go in new directions, create new energies in any area of life that we want, any area of life that we really desire. The universe is actually supporting Taurus to do this with their ability to earn, with their side hustles, with their main income, with their health, in their physical body, with any disputes that they've had with other people, and if it fits, if it's relevant, with your pets as well, because your pets would come into this part of your life. So it's a great time for that. Now, a couple of other things that are happening around this new moon that will impact on us all, but how they relate to your particular sign is that where we have the new moon, which we can see circled in pink on the screen, just to the left of that we've got 2 planets circled in black. Now Mercury and Venus, Mercury being the turquoise color and Venus being the purple color, they are going to form a conjunction here in the sign of Virgo. So as mentioned, conjunctions are when planets are side by side, they're very, very close, and their energies are merging almost as one, and they're working together. So Mercury is about our thoughts, our thinking, our communication, where we are basically at mentally. And then you've got Venus, which is a representation of love, money, art, beauty, all the things that we desire in life, all the yummy, beautiful things that we want. And so they are coming together. For you, it will be in that same area of life where it is now in the universe. It's going to be a fifth house experience that you're going to have. So what is it that you are thinking about or desiring, and now is a time to expand on it? And where the universe is supporting you with this is around your fifth house. So as mentioned at the beginning, it's your dating life, your sex life, you know, your romance, creative projects that you're working on. Children come into the fifth house as well, and this is basically the house of life where we deal with fun in life and how we have fun and how we take risks. So the universe is supporting you to basically relax and let go a bit, Taurus. This is how it feels to me looking at your chart and you know, interpreting this for your actual sign. It feels like the universe is asking you, requesting of you, and for you to think about how you're going to have some fun, how you're going to let go, how you're going to, you know, go out and have some romance or enjoy the time that you're spending with the person that you may be seeing now. And also your creative projects could be key to you as well. But because the planets are Mercury and Venus, it really is a mental energy as well. So it's not just about what you may desire with your heart emotionally, like a moon energy. This is more what's going on in your head. So what's in your head that you've been desiring, or what's in your head that you want to attract towards you in your life, the universe is actually supporting you with this, especially around your fifth house. The second thing is the moon. Again, she is going to this time oppose the planet Jupiter, which brings luck, fortune, expansion, and a lot of beautiful supportive energy. Jupiter is that planet that I could really describe him as a really supportive friend, you know, the planet that's always going to be there to bring you that Midas touch, you know, touch of luck or that stroke of fortune whenever you need it. So up on the screen, we've got circled in green, we've got a planet that looks a bit like a number 4. This would be the planet Jupiter. Now, where he is, he's going to shift and he's going to drop down 1 to where the arrow and number 3 is. So that's where he's going to be resting for Taurus. And so this area of life is to do with where you feel held back in life. And I personally think that this is a really beautiful place to have Jupiter. So the moon will be opposite, where they're opposing each other. And so this is about finding balance with what you feel held back with emotionally, because he's working with the moon, but in particular, it's your 12th house. So these are things where we feel that situations, people, places, and things are standing in our way. And even if they aren't physically, we may feel that they are for some reason. This is the area of life where we can tend to maybe self-sabotage a little bit. It's also the house of spirit communication. And by this, I mean when we see things like 222 or 111, or we keep seeing repeated numbers, or we have what we like to call as human beings experiences, yeah? But oftentimes this is like spirit communication or your own guides guiding you. It's that area of life. So I'm really going to urge Taurus to pay attention as we close out the month of September to any synchronicities or any coincidences or any repeated numbers or any kind of guidance you feel that you're gaining, whether it's internally, mentally, from, you know, from your ancestors, angels, whatever you believe in, God, however it resonates for you. Whenever you feel like you are receiving a message, pay attention to this, because Jupiter is in this part of your life trying to bring you some kind of luck with something. So these messages could be quite key for you. The other thing that comes into this area of life, the 12th house, is large organizations and mental well-being. So it is like law enforcement, hospitals, how we feel mentally. And one other key thing in this area of life is also situations, people, places and things that we sometimes can consider as what we call a hidden enemy. And by that, what I mean is, in astrology, we call people a hidden enemy, or we call a situation, person, place or thing a hidden enemy when this is something that we think has our back, we think has our best interest at heart, we think is working with us, but really the situation, person, place or thing has an alternative motive, and this motive may not always be for our highest good, and we may not always notice it at first. It might take us some time to understand or gain clarity on what this situation, person, place or thing really is doing to us or wants for us, which is not in line with what we thought it was originally, which would have been a good thing. So it could be also for some Tauruses that a hidden enemy is exposed. And I don't want anyone to get scared of that term, hidden enemy, and start, walking around, doubting everybody and worrying, who's your friend and who's not your friend. But it's just something to be aware of. A hidden enemy could be anything. It can even be, our own self, because this is the part of life that deals with how we can hold ourselves back as well as other things. So we could sometimes be standing in our own way, and Jupiter is here to bring some luck with that. So it's quite a nice area of life to have this. Now the third thing that is happening, and the final thing around this new moon, is that the North Node and the planet Uranus of unexpected changes, they are also going to be forming a conjunction. So on the screen where we've got the arrow at number 3, we can see a circle in red. We can see that the lighter symbol, this is the North Node, and just underneath that we have the planet Uranus. They are both in the sign of Taurus. So if you were here in August, you would have heard me speak to you about this quite a bit, because it's been happening since August. It's going to go on through September. For all of us, the universe is granting us an unexpected change with our direction. Now for Taurus, where I see this happening, it's going to be where the arrow is a number 4. It's going to be around you, my friend, you in particular, because this is happening in the sign of Taurus. So obviously it is about you. Now the North Node is about direction, where we should go and what we should be aspiring to, or what we should be doing, for our highest good, where we should be going in this life incarnation, if you believe in incarnation and things like that. Now Uranus is here to bring some kind of change, that's unexpected. So I want to say to Taurus, brace yourself for this, prepare yourself for it, go for it, have the change, because any changes that may be happening in your life right now could well be for your highest good, because it is about the North Node. The North Node is involved in this. It's not going to be, hopefully in the long term, for most of us, any changes that we have as we close out 2022, something negative, because the North Node is guiding this along with the planet Uranus. The second thing to say about this is that you personally, Taurus, as you may be going through these changes, or you may be experiencing these things, it is about the long term and the stability, because it's happening under your sign. And as you may well know, as a Taurus, you are not the sign known in the zodiac at all to go out and do anything willy-nilly, to go out and do anything at all, on a whim. You are a fixed energy sign. You like things as they are, and you are all about security and the long term. This is the overall energy of Taurus, if I was to sum it up. So these changes that are being influenced by your energy, you are basically controlling this for everyone. Taurus is making sure that anything that does change is going to be for the long term, or at least that's how we should look at it. We should think about the future. So keep that in mind as we close out the month of September and move into October. So finally then, Taurus, to close out your horoscope, one last thing to let you know about. We're going to have Mercury retrograde in September. And if you are familiar with this, you may well know that a retrograde is when a planet has moved out as far as it can, or it's travelled as far as it can in the universe. So from an Earth's perspective, although technically it's not happening because planets can't technically move backwards, but it appears that the planet is moving backwards because everything else in the universe is moving. So when Mercury gets to 10 degrees of, when Mercury gets to 8 degrees, beg your pardon, not 10, 8 degrees of Libra on the 10th of September at 5:38 a.m. GMT, my local time. Again, could be the same day, could be the day before. This is when retrograde is going to happen. So we've got the chart on the screen. We can see Mercury circled here in red. And for For Taurus, you're going to be having a 6th house retrograde, so where the arrow is a number 1. So this is a time to rethink and strengthen your ideas, and in particular to do with how it is that you earn money. Your 6th house, your health, disputes that you have with other people, also your pets fall in this house as well, and services that you provide to others. So this house is going to be under the spotlight again for you, not just around the full moon, but also during retrograde. So when Mercury retrogrades, or when any planet retrogrades, it's pulling us back to situations, people, places and things that we may need to revisit, and depending on the nature of the planet, it's an indication of what we need to do during retrograde. So I said to you that Neptune is about a reality check, Mercury is about our thoughts and what we're thinking. So whatever it is that you're thinking about, your ability to earn, how you earn money, services that you provide, your health, your pets, it's time to really double down on this and make sure that you're happy with what is going on in your life in those parts of your life. And you know, everyone says, and rightly so, every astrologer will tell you, you know, be careful of your travel plans, be careful of your communication with other people, and it's all very true because Mercury is the planet of communication. And when he's in retrograde, it is an ideal environment for people to have misunderstandings and disputes and so forth. It is very, very true. So be mindful of your communication with other people. Make sure you're being clear and you're gaining clarity where you need to. The other energy of this, you know, during retrograde with Mercury is about our travel. Plan your trips well, know your route, make sure you've got your right tickets booked and everything's as it should be, because Mercury being the planet of IT and travel, he can sometimes disrupt travel, you know, for us personally. And you know, if you live in a big city like I do, you know, when we have lots of train strikes, or we have the unions going on strike, or people, you know, not being happy with the transport system, this can often happen sometimes during Mercury retrograde, so be mindful of that. So that's it, Taurus. That is pretty much what I see for you for the month of September, and I really do hope that you have a lovely month and that there was something here that would help you for your month. So if so, please do give you the video a like, you know, drop me a comment, let me know how it resonates. And if you're new here, why not subscribe? I would love to see you here again. And if you are someone who is returning, then thanks so much. Thanks for your support and being here. So have a wonderful month, Taurus. I hope everything goes well, and I will catch you in October for your horoscope then. So keep well.